Hi there. If this is the first video you're watching on this channel, welcome. I'm Ben, and this channel I created way back in high school. It was mostly video games, just hanging out with friends. Well, honestly, 100% video games and all that. But I took a break, a very long break, probably indefinite, because I'm in college right now, and everything got super busy, yada yada yada. But I thought I'd take the time today to go ahead and share my thoughts on a certain subject. So, what happened? Well, first off, let me go back. I'm a New York Giants fan. I have been for a few years now. So, anybody that has watched football, knows anything about football, or is even like barely into football, will know yesterday of what I'm going to be talking about right now. If you haven't figured out by the title of this video, I am slamming Dave Gettleman, the general manager of the New York Giants. This man is a fucking idiot. I really don't get him sometimes. I don't get him 95% of the time. But he's made some good pickups. We did draft Saquon Barkley in the draft, number 2 overall. Our first 1,000-yard rusher in like years. We did pick up Alec Ogletree from the Rams. Alec was actually somewhat decent this year. I think he led the team in turnovers. I don't know exactly the stats, but he did good. He filled a little void in the middle linebacker position that we've been lacking on for a while. But off the top of my head, that is some of the good things, and that's a very small amount of good things. I do have a list that I did some research on and wrote out earlier today about all the bullshit so far, and I'm going to take the time to go ahead and get into that. So, it goes back to 2018. Odell was injured. He got his ankle broken in the 5th game against the Chargers. Did not play the rest of the season, and was in the final term of his rookie contract. So, so he broke his ankle. Beforehand, we had signed more people to protect Eli. We signed Nate Solder from the Patriots. He got a 4-year, $62 million contract with $34.8 million of it guaranteed. At that time, that was the highest paid for a tackle, which honestly a little too much for me. But hey, we need better offensive linemen. We still do, because this is fucking ridiculous. But Nate did better than Eric Flowers. I'm not gonna get into that. We finally got rid of him. Excuse me, by the way. My voice, I'm a little sick, and this whole video is gonna be unedited, so go ahead and watch. Saquon Barkley, 2nd overall in the draft. First 1,000-yard rusher. This dude is he's unhuman. Like, he's broken so many tackles that I'd never seen broken before. This man could be literally wrapped up, and his legs are like the size of tree trunks, and he could just shake them off easily. It's just so good. Man, I love Saquon. I can't wait to see what he does as he gets older in the league. And then we go on to OBJ, who finally we signed in the offseason, summertime. We renewed his contract, and it was a 5-year, $95 million contract. It had a $90 million base, so obviously $5 million of that's incentives based on how good he does. $65 million was guaranteed, so we'd have to obviously work for the rest, and that made him the NFL's highest paid receiver at the time. Do I think it was worth all that money? No, that was a lot of money that we could have put towards different parts of the team, offensive line, obviously. Our defense is trash right now. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting into that. Anyways, $95 million contract. He's the highest paid. That really takes a big dent out of our cap. But it is what it is. The season comes along, and we hire Dave Gettleman as our GM. This man says that he will be fixing the team and all that. I'm not gonna go ahead and do that, but as the year goes on, we started doing a whole bunch of trades that any fan would really find questionable. Eli Apple, our previous first-round pick cornerback, we traded him to the New Orleans Saints. What did we get out of that? A 2019 4th round pick and a 2020 7th round pick. If this man is a 1st round cornerback and he's actually somewhat decent, why are we settling for mid to late round picks? It's beyond me, honestly. I would have personally tried to get a 2nd or 3rd, maybe even 3rd, maybe. But to give him up for a 4th and a 7th, I don't know, honestly. But we got 2 picks. It's not the worst, but it's not favorable, honestly. But it's whatever. Let me get comfy. The next trade on the list. We got rid of Damon Harrison, our nose tackle, and sent him to Detroit for a 2019 5th. Damon Harrison is one of the best defensive linemen in the league right now. This man is just a run stopper. He put him right there in the center. He plugs up the holes so good. He's just great. I don't know why we... Dave, I don't know what the fuck you did with this one. Why are we getting only a 5th round for Damon? This man's just... He's just too good. That was fucking stupid. You're an idiot. Anyway, the year goes on, yada yada yada, season's ending. We finished off 4-12 or 5-11, something like that. Either way, we only won like 2 or 3 more games than we did the season without Odell. So obviously that's a red flag. We go on. He goes on to state in January because there's trade rumors about Odell. I believe it's January, but he did state we did not sign him to a new contract just to trade him. Right? So obviously that means he's going to be here for a long ass time. So keep that in mind while I go back. Earlier this month, it's March right now. Today is the 13th. Yeah, it's the 13th. About a week ago, after trying to negotiate a deal with our strong safety, Landon Collins, which obviously we can't do because he's no longer on the team, we don't even try to franchise tag him or trade him. Like, the man literally walks into free agency and signs with the Redskins. A 6-year, $84 million contract, and he is the highest paid safety right now. I don't know why we would let the man fucking walk. It really baffles my mind, really. This man is actually one of the better safeties in the league, and he is great against the run. He's just he's a great box safety. He's a great deep safety, you know. He's just good, overall good. I don't know why we didn't try to at least trade him for some picks if we're really going to be trading people for picks. Dave, why? You stop fucking up, yeah? So, also, it would have cost $11.287 million just to franchise tag Landon. Which, honestly, I don't think is that bad. It's basically an average of the top 5 or 10 salaries of safeties of the year. That's not bad, honestly. That if we took that towards our cap right now, and then maybe played it out, if Landon would have agreed to it, we possibly could have worked something out next year. You know, he went on injured reserve because of his shoulder, so obviously he didn't finish out the season. If he had played a full season and then said or showed that he deserves a contract, which I still believe he does, this would have been no problem. So, he's with the Redskins, which is in our division, so we got to see this fucker twice a year now, and he's going to rock our offensive line. He's going to rock our receivers, our tight end. This man is just fucking unstoppable. Well, not unstoppable. He's just good, but whatever. Then we start getting into more lucrative stuff. We send Olivier Vernon, our defensive end, who is probably our best pass rusher at the time, to the Cleveland Browns. What did we get out of this? We got offensive guard Kevin Zeitler, I'm not even sure. Don't quote me on that. But Kevin, and a 5th round pick. We also sent them a 4th round pick too. I didn't read that right. But Dave, we've lost so many people on our defensive side. I don't know why. These people are on the younger side besides Damon Harrison. Eli was literally like a 3rd year guy. Landon was playing out the rest of his rookie contract. Olivier's like mid-20s, maybe. I don't know why we're not committing to younger guys, and instead we're letting them go for draft picks for even younger guys. I mean, it makes sense for youngerness, but it's not even a word, actually. That's not even a word, but the point is, these guys know our system. They've been okay. And instead of giving them time and committing, you're trading away for fucking draft picks for inexperienced players that still need to learn the system and aren't even acclimated to the NFL. So, I mean, we did get Kevin. We do need offensive line. Our offensive line has not been good at all. Mainly tackles. But the whole offensive line as a unit is fucking... Oh, man, it's garbage. So, how Saquon got 1,000 yards, it just proves how good he is when we barely have a functioning offensive line. If our offensive line was midway decent, maybe even somewhat good, I can just imagine how much he'd be putting up. But anyway, that's done. We're moving on. And then we finally get to yesterday. Around 5 o'clock, Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Cleveland Browns for a first-round pick, 17th overall, a third-round pick, 95 overall, and safety Jabril Peppers. Why the fuck do we trade our best receiver of all people for fucking draft picks? This man is not the problem. He was doing okay. We need a new fucking quarterback. Eli, I love Eli. He's done so much for this organization, but he's just so old now. Well, not like old, but like he's washed. He's not performing at a high enough level for the team. I think this would have been the time to do what the Kansas City Chiefs did. They draft somebody, give them the Alex Smith treatment where they sit behind for a year, learn the system, learn everything, and then after that, let them take over. Because Patrick Mahomes just threw for 50 touchdowns and so many passing yards and became the NFL MVP this year. And the Chiefs made it to the conference championship. So I feel like if we did that, definitely would have helped out our team. But instead, we're getting a first, a third, and a safety, which, don't get me wrong, Jabril Peppers is okay. Like, he plays linebacker and safety, and he's a kick returner, which is nice. He's like a utility player, which I love. But I still don't think that was worth Odell Beckham. No. You don't just trade Odell Beckham for no fucking reason. Well, there's a reason, but it just makes no sense. Like, why? Eli Manning has a salary for the season of $23 million. Like, this coming season, he's getting paid $23 million off of his 4-year, $84 million contract that he signed in 2015. This man should have taken a pay cut. Like, they're so concerned about keeping Eli, and I get it, Eli's really done, he's won us 2 Super Bowls, but that was almost 8 years ago. The past is the past. Like, we might have those Super Bowls, but we're not winning right now. You know? We need to get younger quarterback, because Eli can only play for so many more years. He's maybe at most 2 more, I believe. There's no way he can do it like Tom Brady does. And we need younger. We need to start fresh. We need to go rebuild. Definitely not trading Odell was the smart move. You're a fucking idiot, Dave. And it's just ridiculous. So earlier today, they announced that the trades between Cleveland and the Giants were revised. So now we're sending Olivier Vernon and Odell, but we're not getting the 5th round pick that we were going to get with Kevin for Olivier Vernon. But we're not sending them our 4th either. But we're still getting Kevin, Jabril Peppers, and the 1st and 3rd round picks. I don't think this was worth it at all. Like, There's just so much bad going on. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, Dave. You literally said we didn't sign him, just trade him. And what do you do 2 months later? Gone. So, and he also he took 20 million in dead money. So that's what we're gonna have to deal with through this upcoming season. It's fucking ridiculous. OBJ is a generational talent. He's just so unnaturally good, and you fucking let him go for a first and third and a safety. We could have drafted a safety with the draft picks we already had. You fucking blew it. You know? He was an essential piece of this offense, and it's not okay. I'm really pissed about this, but my sickness won't let me express my emotion without my voice cracking. So, this season's really going to be rough. And we're going to draft, I hope we draft Dwayne Haskins with our 5th round pick. We draft some more defensive pieces. We draft offensive linemen because we really need those. And we also draft another fucking wide receiver because nobody's going to replace Odell well enough. And what we have right now is not going to cut it. So, Dave, you really need to get your shit together. So, that's all I've got for right now.